Welcome to part one of our dry fire simulators. What is good for me? Video series 1 of 4. This one we'll be going to the simulators for games. Why bother? I'm a competition shooter. Why bother with games? Well, it does help build hand-eye coordination. You'll have moving targets and targets in transition depending on the game. There's good general practice of marksmanship, so you get to really just hone in on making sure you got a good grip, you're seeing the sights, you got a good trigger press. And all the pulls on the trigger for games. You really do help build that trigger finger strength. You got a cert pistol, then it's going to be, they're still good 5 pounds, and if you're shooting something like a laser light universal barrel insert and using it on a Beretta 92, that's a double action pull every time, or even with a revolver, double action pull every time. So you're pulling maybe 6-7 pounds every time. That builds up quite a bit of strength. They're also fun. So you can have, dry fire tends, after a while, people can get burned out of it because you're practicing maybe the same set of drills, even if you went through 50 in the last 2 years and you're having to go back through rotation. Sometimes it can get a little boring and you get a little burnout. And these games help with at least still you can be able to dry fire and make it fun. So at least you can, 1 week just do some games and then go back to drills so you just don't get burned out. And some of these games also allows you to have fun with friends and family. So, dry fire on a barbecue on a rainy day or something, or a snowy day, then even the friends and family go into the room and just compete against each other. And, it doesn't cost a lot of money for a bunch of people to just be shooting a bunch of lasers down at the screen, and it's still fun. So some of the simulators that this section will cover, is the ones we got, is the iMarksman 10 game pack, laser ammo smokeless range, shooting soft 25 basic games, and shooting soft games under fire. First up is the iMarksman game pack. This is 10 games that will help with the trigger strength, hand-eye coordination, target movement, and transition. And it's fun to play. They all are single player based. So let's take a look at some of their games here and actual practice. Next up we have laser ammo smokeless range. When you buy the smokeless range, it's about $500-600 package. Comes with the camera, comes with the smokeless range. You have 10 basic kind of games that you could play with: palm blast, target, can toss, a dueling tree. That's always fun with 2 people. There's just regular target shooting. If you just want to practice shooting at a target and see your splits and first draw shot and everything else. Some trap shooting, shooting at clays flying, match target drills and moving targets, and speed and tracking and transition drills. These do allow up to 2 players, and it will do split screen. So if you someone else wanted to do bomb blast, you can both shoot bomb blast and see who got more targets than the other person within a certain time frame. Same with, can toss, trap shooting, match drill. All these you can pretty much will just have a split screen, and you and a family member or a friend can shoot at them at the same time, see who's the better. So let's take a look at some of these. Next up is Shooting Soft 25 Basic Games. They're packaged pretty much. I mean, it does have 25 basic games that on the screen it'll come up and be 5 courses of fire 1. Go to the right, be another 5. 5 pages of 5 games each. These help out with your general marksmanship, trigger finger strength, hand-eye coordination, target movement and transition, and a lot of them are fun to play. They allow up to 4 players, 2-player split screen. So let's throw out a couple of practice on this and let you see how it looks. Next up is another one of Shooting Soft's packages called Games Under Fire. Basically 16 games that help out with trigger finger strength, hand-eye coordination, target movement, and transition. Another thing that's fun to play, it allows up to 4 players. It kind of does, it has 2 different modes, as you can see on the picture below. There's arcade mode, which is there's no friendly fire and you can't be killed. While in simulator mode, you have health, so you can be killed, and there is friendly fire. And in some of these videos, you'll see what we mean by how you can actually get friendly fire. It's more of a first-person shooter game, and you do have teammates, and there's also hostages that tend to run out of the blue depending on what scenario you pick. There's bad guys that you got to shoot at, and they're moving and coming out from everywhere, coming out of cover. It's a good challenge. It's a good game challenge. So let's take a look at that. This concludes our simulators for games of the which simulators are good for me section. I hope some of this was informational, and next video we'll go over the marksmanship, the applications that I have that will be handy for marksmanship. Till next time.